I mean, we've been talking about going fishing with different guys on offense and defense. So I think that's the biggest thing, you know. That's what you feel different, the togetherness in the locker room.
Jeff, the first time you met Cam on that football field, you guys had that competitive trash talk. How much has that ratcheted up the competition as we've gotten further and further into camp? And how much do each of you guys need that?
I mean, we all know I consider myself as, you know, the captain and the leader on the defense. And, you know, the way I go, I feel like everybody else go. And I'm big on the team is led from the trenches. No matter if offensive line, defensive line, the way we go, the team go. And I try to bring the energy, I try to bring the juice, no matter if it's smack talking to Callahan or Cam Ward. You know, they're on the offensive side of the ball, so I just try to bring that energy. And just vice versa. You got the head of the snake, and that's our quarterback. No matter what team it is, they're the head of the snake. They get the offense going, so when you got a quarterback, but, I mean, he's a young quarterback that's doing that, you know, you can't help but to rally behind him. You know, you can tell by the response from the offensive line and everybody else around him. You know, he pushing them guys and he making them even talk a little smack more. So I think that's what we want. That's what we need from out of Cam. He gonna have to play football for us, and you know, me and Cam may be talking smack, but guarantee you, I'm gonna be the first one to have his back on Sunday. So.
Do you view today as
How important are days like today?
It's very important. I mean, because sometimes, you know, the stadium can be packed. The stadium can be, I mean, I've been around where this is how it looks sometimes. But I think at the end of the day, it's about doing your job. You know, you can get distracted by fans in the stands. You can get distracted by all the loud music, whatever it is. But we at work. We at work, and at the end of the day, we had to come to practice. And, you know, and I told the defense, and I even told the team that, you know, don't switch things up. The only thing is by being better than yesterday. And, you know, I feel like we got better today, and that was very important. It was a little more hotter than it been this week, but you know, it's football, and I think, guys, we handled it well.
And the pads go on next week, too.
I'm excited about that.
Step, right?
Yeah, everybody be excited for pads to come on until they start rocking. You know, I'm always excited for pads. End of the day, for us in the trenches, it don't matter. Every day feel like pads. You know, we always in there banging. You know, I'm always taking on double team, no matter who. JC and them almost try to take me to the back of the end zone today. So it just get a little more physical with pads on for the guys in the trenches.
Jeff, you've been in this building a lot when it's been packed. You see it today. Is there a chip on this team's shoulder to prove that not just these fans, but everybody needs to come out and see a better team this year?
Man, I think more than anything, we want that. You know, we want to be better than last year. That sucks, 3-14, and you know, it's one of them things where I told myself I won't speak on last year. You know, we moving forward, but you know, make this today the last day that we talk about last year. This team, you know, like I said, everything feels different. You walk into the building, feel different. At the end of the day, this is a new year, and you know, we're ready to play some better football.
What's it like for you in the defense? There's some of those plays where Cam throwing the ball downfield, the crowd goes crazy. You probably would have sacked him, and you guys are. You let him know that you shouldn't be celebrating.
Damn right, I'm gonna let him know, Jim. I let him know. I'm gonna make sure I let him know. I mean, but that's a part of it. We know that Cam can't get touched, and you know we got to protect our teammates. But at the end of the day, everyone has to still get their work. No matter if it's a sack or not, we got to make sure we're good on the back end. We got to make sure, you know, even if it's not a sack, guys still got to cover. We still got to rush and cover together. So, you know, it's good that they still working their things. And you know, like I said, I feel like the defense had a pretty solid day today, but just a small detail that we got to clean up, even when we may think it's a sack. We just got to finish the play. So.
And obviously this is early, but do things feel different? I mean, at practices around here, I know you said it feels different around the team, just about what they're
Yeah, man. I would say everything about energy for me. You know, when you walk around in the building, you walk into the building on a Tuesday for a condition test, and you feel the excitement, you feel the energy from not even just the coaches and the players, not even just the coaches, but everybody who walking around the building. You just feel that sense of urgency and that sense of energy that, you know, it's a new team, and we do have a new team, and I'm excited to see how much better we could get. You know, even in a couple of weeks we go to Tampa. Like, you know, now it's Tennessee versus Tampa, so it's like when you go and you know you putting all this work in against each other right now. It's all about, you know, getting ready for the compete, and I'm looking forward for that. And you know, that's our job to keep getting each other better.
So it's just great having the fans out here in the stadium, knowing our first home game is coming real soon. So it's just happy to be out here, being on our home field.
Yeah. What's your main takeaway from the first week of camp?
It's hot. That was one thing. I ain't gonna lie. It was really hot, but you know, just to show how our defense really are. That's one thing I like to take from it. Just to show who we have and the leaders most like a lot of guys from last year. So it's just about the younger guys who played a role fast, like Jarvis, the guys like that, the young guys who truly become leaders now. Him and Sweat, them guys, James, them guys really started to become leaders. That's one thing I really took from it because they really starting to show up.
Yeah, so you talk about the Heat. Pads go on next week, get a couple days off.
Yeah.
What does that mean for that next step?
I mean, it's a part of football. You know, we're doing this since we were little, so it's not to us. We just got to adapt to it. We know it's going to be hot in Tampa, going to be hot in Atlanta, so it's just one step closer to that day.
Yeah. How important is this season for you, do you think?
Yeah, I feel like, it's very important going on my last year of my contract, but I don't try to focus more on that. It's just about me always improving. It's just trying to be better. If I play good, as always, they're going to come in the back end. So I feel like just me being true to me and just staying out the way and playing the game.
We ask these guys in this situation, all the time, like how do you find the best way is to separate those two things?
This right here, one thing I would say how we separate ourselves is starting off early, the younger guys taking the biggest step of trying to play as a starter, become a leader and everything. And one thing we try to focus on from last year is more turnovers. That was one thing I feel like we didn't do enough of at the beginning of the season. We try to take much pride in that. That's why we did push-ups anytime we don't get turnovers. So I feel like with us disciplining ourselves now and being focused more on the younger guys, the leaders, and turnovers, that's going to be one big step.
I mean, I'm seeing the same guy from OTAs that came in and, brought us all along. By day one, he was making plays, and he made us really feel him. And as you see out here, it's like he just rises to the occasion. So we're all very excited to play with him, man. He's definitely the one to lead us, man.
Now the next step is pads next week.
Yes.
What does that mean for you as an offensive player?
Oh, so much. It just means so much. We can finally, really let loose and just really get into the bones of our offense. You can't really show, everything when you're in not full pass. So just being able to go out there and really hit and really get physical with those guys is going to be really fun.
How important are days like today in front of the fans coming off a season like you guys have? They want to be here. They want to cheer for you and help you guys out.
I mean, it's awesome. I mean, like you said, we came off a rough season, and the fact that they're all, still here, and they're just coming in, and I'm just glad we can show them. Everyone's excited, and we got to really show that today, and just keep the excitement going. So it's really important.
First time for most of them seeing Cam. I mean, we're hearing screams, whatever.
Yeah.
Does he have the star power already?
Hey, he's the #1 draft pick, man. He's shown why he is. So yeah, I mean, you see wherever he's walking around, every single person's trying to call him. So he definitely has that star power. He got that aura, as the kids would say.
The season's long, but we want to peak and be good all year.
You talked about just how we're not doing what we did last year. How much of a chip? How personal is this for you guys?
It's very personal. I mean, we hear everything, see everything. Like I said, we got that taste in our mouth from last year. Nobody wants to suck, and definitely not us, and definitely not me. So
Good day today, you think?
it's all right. Yeah.
Did Cam have his best day at camp? I know it's early, but what do you see from him early?
Man, like I said, the man already did that in OTAs. We know he's good. He's the first pick. He's good. Now it's time to, do what we do.
In the locker room playing ping pong, so he been getting me on shots like that. And OTAs and beginning of training mini camp. So I told him, I'm gonna get you. I know I'm gonna get you, and I got him today, and he was just like, good thing, good stuff.
How did that play develop in your eyes, and how did you come up with it?
I mean, just being instinct, using my instinct, understanding, watching film, watching practice from yesterday, and knowing tendencies and when I could see stuff, when I could jump it and go get the ball.
We got a long way to go for the season. How important for you to claim that spot and have a great camp?
And man, this season for my son, so everything got to be for him, no matter what I do.
It always feels like football to me, regardless of if there's fans here or if I'm on my own working by myself. I always take football very seriously, and so it's just one of those things where you have more energy from the outside, but I always try to keep that internal drive going.
Does it feel special for you, though, being in a pro stadium, doing things the pros do?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I mean, I've always considered myself as somebody who's going to become a pro. And so it doesn't feel surprising, but it's definitely special to be around these type of people and the fans and the energy from them.
You guys worked on a lot of situational things today, third downs and fourth downs, some red zone stuff. How do you feel like that was transition-wise from the last few days of camp?
How do I feel like it was?
Yeah, just working in these more situational things in a live kind of.
I mean, I guess we do situational every day, really. We did third downs last practice as well, and then when we have walkthroughs, we do a whole bunch of different situations. So it's just another practice where you're doing different things.
Like the silent countdown, let's say, like where you
Yeah,
have
yeah.
the, you know, the fans getting into it. and
Of
that's
course,
a little
I guess for
different.
the receivers it's easy because all we got to do is watch the ball. When the ball moves, we move. For the line, it's probably a little bit harder because they have to be cued into all those different things in terms of the count and the cadence.
When you see Ridley make a play like he did today, where he laid out, you know, I know he kind of takes pride in being the vet in that room, but how has he shown that just in terms of the film and things we don't see?
Yeah, he's just a great dude to be around, you know, like he's always giving us pointers and, you know, showing us things and trying to teach us stuff. And I don't know if you get that everywhere, you know. It's one of those things where he's really just trying to give us all the experience that he has, so when it's our time to go, we're ready to go, you know.
Did you see really too bad about Traylon? Did you see what happened to him on the sideline there?
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't really see too much. I mean, I seen the play, but that's all I really know.
How would you grade yourself today? How do you think you did?
I don't know. Like I always say this, you got to go watch the film and then really see what actually happened, because you never do as good as you thought you did or as bad as you thought you did. And so I try to refrain from giving myself any judgments until I watch the film.
You talked about
This is my second time here.
Is it?
Yeah. We the Savannah Bananas, we came out here too. Yeah.
Well, first time performing in this place. What do you think?
It was good, yeah. It's another day to play football, a game that I love, and so it was awesome to be here.
So you got your first week of training camp. What's your main takeaway, do you think?
I don't know. I think you just got to keep stacking days. I think that's kind of the consensus of all football. You know, you try to be a person that just stays like this throughout your whole career and throughout the whole season, throughout all the training camp, et cetera, et cetera. And so I just try to come out here and stack days every day.